Get over here!
So, we destroyed this, boulder.
Yeah, Boulder was destroyed off camera.
Well, kinda yes and no. We'll explain that in a moment. But, yeah, this guy's here.
Can you kill him with a hammer? Yeah! Splat.
Yep. I mean, that's the proper way to, kill a spider, isn't it? As proven in Twilight Princess when we brought down the big Mega Fist hammer, upon that one, giant-ass spider.
Yeah.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 17 of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I'm the Green Scorpion.
I'm ComicFoil.
And before we begin, I would like to explain a few things. First of all, I'm an idiot. Okay, there's the marker. Just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make this quick pit stop. But, first of all, I'm an idiot.
Could have happened to anyone, but yeah, explain.
So, the Switch, the Nintendo Switch Online with the
save states.
Yeah, the save states, like, with how they operate on this thing, can be a little bit unforgiving if you do the wrong input, so...
It's very easy to try to
create a save state.
But instead you click load save state.
So, the last recording session, I ended up undoing everything we did.
In like, the last 2 episodes.
The good news is that it wasn't that hard to recover. So if a couple of things seem different, that's why. I actually recall in the last episode, because I literally edited that episode, like,
just
hours
now.
before
Yeah.
we started, like, today's recession, that we did destroy that boulder, but the thing is it was daytime, so we didn't see the Skulltula at the time.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that some of y'all might notice that I have a bit of Lon milk missing. That's because I had to use it during the fight against Volvagia again.
Yeah, our refights of Volvagia weren't as clean as the one that we actually got on camera.
I was rushing, mind you, because
Yeah.
it was late. It was after we recorded, and I was like, okay, just for like my own like peace of mind, I want to get this done. I want to like have this like situated and everything. So we went and did, what was it, 2 episodes worth of progress.
Yeah.
Like, literally in the span of, like, an extra hour.
Yeah.
Which, again, thankfully, not hard to do. But, John and I discussed a little bit, on, what, we could, do next, and I think it's in our best interest to just, continue on the main path of the adventure so far. Mainly because once you do the water temple, there's a lot of things that open up. One thing that will open up, as a matter of fact.
I just noticed the Octorok back there when the camera spun around. They're a lot bigger now.
So there's this. And what does this lead to? Do you have anything?
Green potion.
Green potion! We never saw that yet.
I think that heals magic.
It does recover magic. We don't really need it. And what do you give? Red potion? Red potion.
Okay.
Our bottles are full right now, so we don't need any of this, but at least we know, at least it's good to know that this is here.
Do you want to change it to night, actually? Because there'll be a few Skulltulas along the way, and I think they're both at night.
In this river?
Yeah. Actually, you need to ride that magic bean there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and, make it night real quick. So yeah, we're going to wait to do any more side questing until after we're finished with the water temple, because
we want that item.
Yeah, once you get that item, along with, like, I think the fire arrows will also open up once we do that. Things will open up a lot easier in the overworld in general, so...
Oh man, this made things go a lot faster.
I messed that up. So where exactly is this Skulltula?
Take that ladder up.
Can I? It won't let me go up.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. Okay, the collision on that one is a little weird. So if we go up the ladder...
It says, if you didn't plant the magic bean, by swimming down, climbing the ladder, the Skulltula is on the southern wall at nighttime. Use the hook shot.
The southern
There
wall.
it is.
Oh! Thank you, good sir.
And there's going to be another one after we cross the bridge.
Alright, that's easy enough. So, what I find interesting is that, like, those were probably Skulltulas we could have... we probably could have snagged as a kid, but they didn't show up until, like, adult.
Yeah.
Ow! So, quick little challenge for you.
Okay.
What's your lampshade for, collecting all the Skulltulas in the future, and yet it affects them in the past?
Time magic is a crazy thing.
Oh yeah, especially this one.
Yeah. I would guess that when Link travels back and forth, like, in general, there seems to be a thing where objects he brings with him, like, don't double or anything. So I think by keeping the metal of that gold Skulltula with him, it, like, forces...
Like, it sort of transcends, like, the temporal plane, I guess.
Yeah.
So where's this other Skulltula?
If you look up high at the wall at nighttime, which I think heading towards Zora's domain, if you look up high at the wall at nighttime, you'll find a gold Skulltula. It is just out of reach from when you are standing on the ground. Jump onto the fence, and your hookshot will be able to reach it.
Oh! That fence.
Okay, I want you to jump onto that fence.
Alright, give me a sec here, because this might take a little bit of searching. I imagine that this Skulltula was originally designed to maybe be achieved with the long shot in that case.
Yeah.
But savvy Zelda players will be like, we don't need no long shot, we got this. I mean, that's what speedrunning is in a nutshell.
Okay, so that's it.
Hang on. I need to make it night again. There it is.
Oh, I love seeing it just, like, grow
it just,
out
like,
of nothingness.
Appears.
Just, like, appears like Ant-Man.
It's just out of reach, but I might be... Again, this is a little bit funky because of... Oh, God. Oh, God. It's a little bit funky because of how this works. Okay, bear with me here.
I mean, we can wait for the long shot if you want.
No. It's principle at this point.
I mean, if you don't think you're good enough, we can wait for the long shot.
You know what that... Oh, my fucking God. Do you know what that reminds me of? How long have you played... Yoshi's Island, and realize that you can do some really cool speedrun tech by flicking your tongue past walls.
Yes. Oh my God, yes. That was one of the first games I got really into watching speedruns for, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, the next one is going to be in Zora's domain, like, where you jump down... Where you do, like, the high dive from in Zora's domain.
Oh, okay, that's easy. There we go.
Oh my gosh, so have you heard of / seen any of the game Rain World?
Yes, actually. Not a lot, but I've seen it.
I've been playing it, and it might be one of the hardest games I've ever played.
Really?
It is a bastard.
Well, you have me curious, because you know I like a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know of it, but I don't know too much. Oh boy.
Oh, hey, is it cold in here?
Is it cold in here, or is it just us? No, it is, in fact, very cold in here.
Yeah, so, the same way Ganondorf used his magics to, ignite Death Mountain to keep the Gorons out of his plans, he froze over Zora's domain.
Well, it's good to know that Ganondorf is not picky when it comes to his, powers of mass destruction.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba. I'm sorry, I had to. Okay, so we can get past this, but we need something specific.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where exactly we're... Oh, no.
So we're supposed to go past the king.
Yes, that's right, because King Zora has not moved at all.
Literally froze there.
Like, just... He's still here.
Yeah.
Okay, no, Navi's got nothing to say about it. Well, actually, no, she might.
So, things went really bad here these past 7 years.
You think, Navi? Things have been going bad all over the place.
Well, hey! I didn't realize that, like... I don't know, Ganondorf seemed like the dark energy or the flaming pits of hell type of thing. I didn't think he would dabble in ice.
Yeah, well, apparently he does. Apparently he does.
Yeah, and Lord Jabu Jabu is nowhere to be seen.
Yep, he is, in fact, Gonzo. I believe you can still also, like, visit the Great Fairy's Fountain over there, but our main focus is getting over there. And I remember this platforming being a little bit tricky because of the ice physics.
Everybody's favorite kind of physics.
I detect sarcasm. I love that joke. Alright, but there is something over here that we can possibly do, I think. Ow.
Yeah, I think that's
this is the one,
that's
actually.
the cave you need to go into.
So what's over there, I think? I don't remember if there's anything over there now that I think about it.
I'm not sure.
But no, this is where we do need to go, right?
Yeah.
Alright,
oh, man.
cool.
Another set of boots that, like, gave you traction on ice would have been great.
Mm-hmm.
If they were, like, the spiked boots.
So this place was always interesting to me because it's kind of a dungeon, but it's not.
Yeah, and I think at one point it was supposed to be a fuller dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
This was like a concept that sort of got scrapped.
As a matter of fact, someone brought up something really interesting in our episode when we were going through the Forest Temple, right?
Yeah.
Someone mentioned that the Forest Temple was originally supposed to be the Wind Temple.
Yep.
And the Water Temple was originally supposed to be the Ice Temple. So it's speculated that this is, like, what the Water Temple would have been.
Yeah. And even before that, in the, like, early concept stages, they were going to do something kind of closer to Super Mario 64, where the entire game was going to take place in Ganondorf's castle.
That's right, I remember that.
And would have, like, worlds that you warp to, but luckily they...
Okay, I'm actually going to, yeah, I'm going to, like...
Because they didn't think they'd be able to pull off, like, a full overworld in 3D.
Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, I can just use the swords, can't I?
Yeah, that would be fun if it was just the hammer, but...
I'm gonna be real, I wish the hammer one-shot these guys.
That would be cool.
That would be a neat bit of interaction.
That's kind of how it is in Twilight Princess with the ball and chain.
Yup.
You just, like, completely mess up those ice spear guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a Skulltula in here somewhere.
Navi's also reacting here. Hang on a sec. Okay, so not the Song of Time. I doubt that's the Scarecrow song, too. But anyway, you said there's a Ow. You said there's a Skulltula in here. In here, in this room, or just in this temple?
In this wall. In this room, I think, on the wall.
Not seeing it.
Was there a silver rupee you got already?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm going to assume it's in that room.
This area does remind me of, like, the little, like, grotto you swim into, though, in Super Mario 64.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, no, I always found that, like... I always found this place weird because it's, like, it acts like a dungeon. Especially because, like, one thing in particular that, like, always fascinated me is that you can get keys in here. Like, there are dungeon keys. Yeah.
Look above that red ice on your right. Yeah, look on the wall above there.
Nope.
No. Okay, thought there was, but let's keep going.
It's not nocturnal by chance, is it?
No, I don't think time of day matters in here.
I didn't think so. Well,
oh!
it's this one,
This
isn't
is
it?
what it meant.
Yup.
I really like the jingle that you play. Okay, so there it is.
So here's an interesting question for you. Since we were talking about speedrun tech earlier.
Yeah.
Was there ever a game you ever attempted to speedrun?
No, but the closest thing, I guess, is Banjo-Kazooie. I've gotten good at getting through Banjo-Kazooie, like, kind of fast. Like, not at all speedrun worthy, but...
Right.
But that's my, like, let's see how fast I can beat Banjo-Kazooie today.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I probably told you this story before, but became a thing of necessity because when I did my Banjo-Kazooie Let's Play on my channel
Yeah.
during pandemic, while I was recording the last episode, I had beaten the boss, the ending credits were playing, and we had a power outage.
Oh, yes, I do remember this story, but go on.
So, that entire recording was lost, but the game saved that I had beaten it. So there
Yeah.
wasn't a file for me to fight the final boss on anymore. So I had to play through the entire game again, and I did it all in like 5 hours.
Honestly, dude, impressive. Like, actually impressive. But damn, dude, that's gotta be the worst. I would have lost my shit.
I was so upset at the time, and then once I started doing it, I was like, oh, this is really fun seeing how fast I could do this.
See, that's an interesting, like, thing, is, like, when you know a game in and out, it actually does kind of become fun to try and speedrun it. The one game I did attempt to speedrun at least, like, somewhat, not pro level, mind you, was Shantae and the Pirate's Curse.
That's a fun one for that.
No, that's a really fun game to speedrun because of just how cool the tech can be for that game. So yeah, that's Navi telling us that we can bottle this up, so...
Blue fire.
We do have to empty out our bottles a bit. I'm gonna be real, I'm tempted to just, like, use all 3, because we're gonna need quite a bit of this stuff.
Okay.
For not just, like, stuff in here, but also outside of the dungeon. So I don't mind getting rid of some of our resources right now.
By the way, I was half right before when I was talking about the big pose.
Yeah?
To do that, that's actually for the 4th bottle.
Oh, okay.
We have to take, yeah, we have to catch 10 big pose in Hyrule Field and take them to the, Poe Merchant.
For the 4th bottle?
Yes.
So that's why I never found that gosh darn thing.
Yep.
Huh. Go figure. Well, that's good to know.
Is this gonna be the compass? Because if this is the compass, then...
Well, that'll make things easier on us. Yeah, again, like, there's a compass, there's a dungeon map to this place, like, the Ice Cavern is basically a mini dungeon.
Yeah. Okay,
The
dungeon.
game even calls it such, because we got a dungeon map.
Yeah.
So here's a follow-up question for you. What game would you want to speedrun if you were to, like, give it an honest-to-goodness attempt?
I'd love to learn, Donkey Kong Country 2.
Ooh, good choice.
That would be really fun. Yeah, unfortunately, Link doesn't have the down thrust in this game, so you can't just, like, pogo. Did he despawn?
I think?
That was weird.
That was weird. For me, 2 games come to mind, actually. One of them is not exactly a speedrun per se, but it might as well be. I want to do the 3-day challenge for Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
That's not something we're going to do here on this channel, mind you, because I want to take our time going through the game. But, I've never actually managed to do the 3-day challenge for Majora's Mask. Specifically because there's a really specific tech to it. Like, you kind of have to, like, partially do the snow peak.
Yeah.
Once you get the dungeon item, and then you have to like make a beeline for the beach after getting Epona. Like, there's a very specific route you have to do in order to be able to do that game without playing the Song of Time once.
Okay.
Mind you, I say playing the Song of Time once, but you do have to do it for that story reason. After that, the run starts. Is like, once you play it for the story reason the first time, that's when the game is like, okay, or that's when the challenge is like, okay, now, you have to, now the challenge starts.
Yeah.
Beat the game without playing the Song of Time once.
Yeah, because it's scripted for you to play it the first time.
Yeah. And yeah, the the inverted Song of Time is required. Like, absolutely required, no questions asked. You're not doing that challenge without that. There's the other Skulltula, I hear it.
Yeah, it should be like on top of a pillar.
Mm-hmm. The other game I would love to speedrun, mainly because I've become very familiar with it, is Metroid Fusion.
That would be a fun one.
Oh yeah. The thing with Metroid Fusion, however, I've seen too many games speedrun that. Metroid Fusion's movement tech is very hyper-specific.
Yeah.
So, unless you know how to do those very, like, pixel-perfect jumps against the ledges and everything, speedrunning that game's a nightmare.
I hear it's a lot less forgiving than the speedrun for Super Metroid.
It is. It absolutely is. So, like, would I ever be good at speedrunning Metroid Fusion? I don't think so. Do I really want to try it because I love the game? Yes, I would.
But there's a challenge like that for Pikmin 1.
Oh?
My record is 19 days, but I think you can do it in, like, 14 days.
Oh, like, basically, like, getting every single piece and, like, beating the game
in the minimum number.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
There you are.
Yeah, it took me a moment because I'm also, like, managing all this bottled fire.
Okay, there's one more Skulltula in Ice Cavern, and it's in a block-pushing room.
I know the one you're talking about. Man, that room frustrated me as a kid.
I think the last time I played Ocarina of Time was when the 3DS version came out.
Yeah?
Yeah, so some of this isn't really fresh in my mind.
Did they change a few things in the Ocarina? I mean, I know they did, obviously, but, like, how much of it was actually changed in Ocarina of Time?
Not very much.
That's what I was gonna say,
to
because
the
it's
point
like...
where, like, this guide I'm using actually is for the 3DS version, but it'll say when there's, like, a small difference, and it happens very rarely.
Yeah, because like, unlike Majora's Mask, the 3DS remake of Ocarina of Time is actually pretty darn faithful. There it is. Which, frankly, I'm happy about. It's just, like, of those couple quality of life improvements that really made a difference. The big one being the iron boots, which we're going to get in this cavern.
The quick toggle for that is amazing.
It's such a godsend. Yep, that's one I need.
I saw somebody saying in the comments of episode 14, it was when we were talking about, like, what Zelda game you'd like direct sequels.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody said they would like another, like, kind of like a expansion on Link's crossbow training, but, like, as more of, like, a full adventure.
Oh, yeah, I did see that comment.
And they said, like, maybe you could use Linkle from Hyrule Warriors, and I think that would be really cool.
Honestly, a game centered around Linkle, I feel would be really fun.
Yeah.
Is the character just, like, a fan service, like, Rule 63 version of Link? Yes, but they differentiate her enough from the actual Link that, like, she's kind of got her own little fan base.
I liked the dual crossbows, yeah.
Oh, dude, she was badass, and I think, she also got the Pegasus boots as a weapon in Hyrule Warriors. I think she was great.
Yeah, she had, like, her whole, like, mini-campaign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
She was added for the 3DS release of Hyrule Warriors, I think.
I think so, yeah.
And then
she was later added to the definitive edition.
Yeah.
I really liked Linkle. And she also had this cute, like, little adventure of her own in the definitive edition, which I thought was really cute. I would not mind having Linkle back, like, in an official thing.
Because they use her to go through all the, like, Wind Waker stages and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, question for you. In that regard, what would your opinion be on a Prince Zelda, or something along those lines? I think Ganondorf can say the same, because Ganondorf, like, kind of is the same Ganondorf throughout all the titles, but if the reincarnation was... The hero was Linkle, but then, like, the reincarnation of Zelda was a prince instead of a princess.
I've seen really good fan art of the gender swaps for all of them, and I've seen them all look great.
Yeah. I personally would be all for it.
I've also seen, like, alignment swaps.
Oh?
Where it was, like, Zelda as the hero and Ganondorf as the, like, support and Link as the villain.
Oh, yeah, no, I've seen some of those, too. Dude, some people come up with some really, really sick fanfiction about, like, the series, and it's wonderful. I love every single bit of it. I will never get over just how funny, Suavemente Ganondorf is, where, like, Suavemente Ganondorf kind of functions as a sort of, like, wingman for Link to be like, hey, man, that Zelda's pretty cute. Why don't you go and talk to her, you know?
Yeah.
I dig it.
I mean, gender swap Ganondorf might just be Urbosa.
I mean... That's the thing about Ganondorf, right, that makes it a little special, is the fact that he is a male coming from an all-female tribe. So I'm fine with Ganondorf staying the same.
Yeah. That does make it kind of the least exciting, but having, like, a big Gerudo villain that is, like, an actual woman. Like the Wolfos. It's a nice day for a white Wolfos.
And I believe this is our prize.
Speak of the devil.
What would a Prince Zelda be named? Because Linkle is Link. There it is.
Maybe like Zelner?
Zell?
Yeah, maybe just Zell.
Hey dude, I need some money, Zell me. We meet again, Link. If you came here to meet the Zoras, you wasted your time. This is all there is. With one exception, the Zoras are now sealed. With one exception, the Zoras are now sealed under this thick ice sheet. I managed to rescue the Zora princess from under the ice, but she left to head to the water temple. This ice is created by an evil curse. The monster in the water temple is the source of the curse. Unless you shut off the source, this ice will never melt. If you have the courage enough to confront the danger and save the Zoras, I will teach you the melody that leads to the temple. Time passes, people move. Like a river's flow, it never ends. A childish mind will turn to noble ambition. Young love will become deep affection. The clear water surface reflects growth. Now listen to the serenade of water to reflect upon yourself. I'm gonna give the Nintendo 64 credit with how limited their resources were in terms of visuals. They do a pretty good job making some pretty fantastic visuals.
Yeah,
like that.
There's
the
like,
reflection with the water and the crystals. Really, really cool stuff.
There's some like cinematic theory to this.
Oh yeah. Link, I'll see you again. Wait, hang on a sec. Yeah.
You good?
Blinds me every time. Anyway, let's get out of here. So, thus begins this annoying little bit.
Yep. I almost wish Linkle was just named Link, though, but it's not really a big deal.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I feel like Link could be a gender-neutral name.
It could be.
I mean, anything
honestly.
could be a gender-neutral name.
Oh, yeah. Like, actually, though.
Link will make it just sound kind of funny.
Okay, hang on a sec. Yep, we got all the Skulltulas in here. I'm going to make a quick pit stop back to grab another bit of fire, just so we have another source of it. Okay. Just in case, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because there's going to be some things to thaw out back in Zora's domain.
Yep. The king for one, the shop for the other.
The king!
I believe there's one over here. Yes!
Then, once you've thawed all the ice in Hyrule...
Once you've thawed all the ice in Hyrule, then we can talk about... what was it?
Then we can talk about a feast!
Oh, God. So this is probably, like... This is probably a very obvious question for you. Or, like, very obvious answer to this question. What are your thoughts on the CDI titles?
Great memes.
True.
Like, truly... You know, they've made a stamp on video game history. They had legitimately good music. And those cutscenes are so quiche shit insane that, like...
God damn it! I just got it!
They're so iconic.
You almost snuck that one by me.
Lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? They're yours, my friend. As long as you have enough rubies. Which they're rubies in that game, not rupees.
That is true. It's funny too because it's like I do have the Legend of Zelda to thank for teaching me what rupees actually were, not because they are representative in of what rupees were in this game, but because that's what's all the way over there.
Yep.
But because I actually it actually made me curious enough to look it up, and I realized that rupees are an actual currency in in some countries.
Which you probably would have learned eventually, but
yeah, but I
definitely knew it earlier than I would have.
Because The Legend of Zelda, encouraged me to look it up, I managed to learn it as a kid. Okay, so if I recall correctly, if I put on the iron boots here and sink to the bottom of this place...
Oh, Link can hold his breath for 2 minutes. Not bad.
So, apparently the heat in the volcano, it is dependent on your heart, on the amount of hearts you have.
Oh, okay.
So basically it's okay, it not only increases your HP, it increases your constitution. So the more hearts you have, the more constitution you generally have, and the more you can, do things like holding your breath and
I think that's how it works in D&D also.
Yeah, endure elements and things like that. But yeah, no, Link can actually hold his breath quite a bit. As a matter of fact, if I recall correctly, there is a bit of a thing, a minor thing compared to most other challenges I've seen in the Zelda community, where there is a bit of a challenge in tackling the entirety of the water temple without using the Zora tunic.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna do it here, mind you, but it is an interesting query.
Yeah, how do we get a free one?
I think I think King Zora will give one to you for free.
That would make sense.
Once you thaw him out. So we're about to get it right now. Who voiced King Zora again? I think it was me.
I think it was you.
Alright, I got it.
Alright. Let's get him up.
Good thing that fire isn't too hot, right?
Some lightly filleted fish.
Oh, I've come back to life! Was it you who saved me? No, don't be nervous. It looks like you have a hard time breathing underwater.
Interesting way to continue a conversation.
As an expression of my gratitude, I grant you this tunic. With this, you won't choke underwater.
Oh, that's where that was going.
Nice blue.
Yeah, not bad.
Ah, I see. Princess Ruta went to the water temple.
And he's just gonna stand there.
Yep.
So go
Sit
over
there.
to the go over to the waterfall.
I am here at the waterfall.
Turn to the left when you're at the edge there. Yeah, just inch as far out as you can. Oh, it has to be night.
Ihwe. Alright, give me a sec here. So it doesn't matter in dungeons, but it matters in towns,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yep.
Well, okay, it does. That makes sense because Hyrule Castle Town can be night.
Yeah.
Kakariko Village can be night. It's not immediately obvious here.
Yeah.
We're in a tunnel.
It's still night just because you can't see the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Temperature probably drops.
What does that matter?
I don't
It's
know.
frozen!
Spiders.
We are frozen here! I don't think temperature is a concern! There we go.
No?
Okay, fine. You know I'll be fine, right? I can take a fall.
Yeah, but the less you decide to be an idiot sometimes, I think it's better for my mental health.
Alright, we'll take the stairs. This is slow, Navi.
Deal with it.
Oh, and we can go into the shop with the
Yes.
with the fire.
Like, I don't think we need anything
Yeah.
from this shop, but we might as well check it out.
Yeah, this would be another way to get the Zora tunic if we didn't grab one for free.
Or, like, it gets stolen by the like.
Yeah.
You say you want to buy a Zora tunic. That tunic is made of the finest material, and is therefore exceedingly expensive. In fact, I'm afraid that only that very rich family in Kakariko Village can afford this fine garment. So interesting how that's the hint for you to like know to get the giant's wallet from them.
Yeah.
300 rupees, Christ almighty.
Yeah, I think Goron tunic was only 200.
Mm-hmm. So if the Goron so it's an interesting bit there, right? Because the Goron tunic makes sense a little bit, especially if you played like Breath of the Wild. The Flamebreaker armor is there. I imagine like the Goron tunic like is probably like blessed with like enchanted rocks or crystals or something. Fish scales?
Yeah, I don't know, because in Breath of the Wild, the Zora tunic lets you swim up waterfalls. Because there is no diving in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Which might be an addition if they do another open world game. I feel like that would be one of the things to do.
That is true. Although the Zora outfit in Twilight Princess does let you like swim around like a fish. So, you know, that might be...
And also let you breathe underwater.
Yeah, that might be the more like, I guess, accurate like depiction of it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Alright, so, here we are. This is familiar. So, yeah, that pretty much, sets us up. So, I think we can go ahead and get into this in the next episode, right?
Yep.
So, thank you guys for joining us for episode... remind me.
17.
Thank you. 17. I am so bad at keeping track of this. Episode 17 of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the next episode, we are going to go ahead and begin our endeavor into the Water Temple.
Everybody's favorite temple.
Ugh.
I don't think it's that bad, but I do still think it's the worst dungeon in the game.
It is the worst dungeon in the game, but again, I do agree with you. It is not as bad as people say it is.
Jabu Jabu is probably my least favorite, but it's short, so it's like the stuff I don't like about it can't annoy me for very long. This is kind of long.
It's long and it's tedious specifically because of the way the boots work and the way the water levels work, which was thankfully improved in the 3DS remake, but I digress.
And if that doesn't make you want to watch the next episode, I don't know what will.
See you guys then.
It's gonna be boring.
It's gonna be a complete wash-up.
It's gonna be May.